महागणपतिं महागणपतिं श्रीमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवमदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं महादेवसुतो महादेवसुतो गुरुगुहनुतो महादेवसुतो गुरुगुहनुतो मारकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं महादेवसुतो गुरुगुहनुतो मारकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकदिप्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकदिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकदिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवमदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं सरिगमहागणपतिं पानि सा सरिगमहागणपतिं पामगमरिसा सरिगमहागणपतिं पामपमगमरि सरि सरिगमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवमदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं Thank you.
Thank you, Rashmi. Lighting of the lamp symbolizes the awakening of the Atma Jyoti, the glow of the soul. Let us seek blessings from Mother Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, and I would like to invite the dignitaries on the stage to light the lamp.
Good morning to everyone present here this morning. I am Bhushang Basu, and it gives me great pleasure introducing and welcoming such eminent personalities to today's program. It is my great honor introducing our chief guest, Dr. K. Ganapati Ayappa. He is the professor and chairman of the Department of Chemical Engineering in the Indian Institute of Science. He completed his bachelor's degree in chemical engineering from Mangalore University in 1984. He did his master's and PhD in chemical engineering from the University of Minnesota in the United States of America in the year 1987 and 1992 respectively. He has over 80 publications to his name and was honored as Fellow of Indian National Academy of Engineering in the year 2013. His current research focuses on molecular and physicochemical properties of interfaces. We are truly honored to have him as our chief guest today, and I would invite him to give a few words, to share a few words. Thank you.
Good morning again to all. I can't stop myself but to welcome you all because it's so tempting. So before we start with Professor Ganapati, I want to welcome you all for this novel endeavor. As you all know, clean drinking water has become such an important issue for all of us. It's not a fashion, it's not just a show, it's not one day's affair that we have come to celebrate with you today. As I wish to really share with you that with the Dillard University, Professor Julie, our principal, Professor K.M. Babu, with our dean, Professor Dikshit, with our vice principal, Professor Shekhar, we had been working for this, not yesterday, not the day before, for a very, very long time. So I can't stop sharing this to you. I wholeheartedly welcome all the dignitaries on the dais. Let us all give them a big hand. I would request Shraddha to give a token of our love and appreciation to Professor Ganapati Ayappa. I would request Professor Rameshaya to hand over a token and appreciation to Dr. Julie Basure. I request Professor Puttasamy to hand over our love and respect to Professor Babu, our beloved principal. I request Dr. Chetan Nayak to hand over our respect to Dr. G. N. Shekhar. I request Soman Panda to hand over the love and respect to Professor Dikshit, our Dean Student Affairs. Now I wholeheartedly welcome Professor Ganapati for the program. Also, dignitaries sitting on the dais, thank you for your constant support and encouragement. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Gives me great pleasure to be here. When Shamita, your head of department, called me about a month back and said, would you be willing to inaugurate this program? I said, willingly, I said that I would be here. I recognize a face from IISc in the audience. Samita, as you know, is an alumnus of the Indian Institute of Science. And I must shamefully say that this is my first visit to BMS College, although I've been here for the last, I don't know, maybe 20 years at the Institute of Science. And I think the visit here really is something that I want to take forward as bridging our relationships with you as students. I think we've had some students join our summer program last year, and we'll continue to do that. But anyway, today the program is on water, so let me say a few words about water and then we'll continue with the program. As you know, India is a water-stressed country, and we don't have to go very far back in history to realize that water is a precious commodity. Our city has been shut down a few times last month because of the Kaveri water dispute. I come from the birthplace of Kaveri. I'm from Coorg, and I must add that while traveling from Coorg to Bangalore once, I actually stopped in the Kaveri Basin, on the way into Bangalore. And to my surprise, I actually walked down from the road. I was in a taxi. I told him to stop, and we actually walked down from the road down to the river. And there was a farmer actually at the river, at the banks of the river. And there was another farmer who was actually fishing right in the middle of the river. So I asked this chap, how did this man actually get to the middle of the river? He says the water level has dropped so much in the last couple of years that we're now able to actually walk into the middle of the river. The river level has dropped by about 8 or 9 feet, which is a shock to me. And as a consequence of that, the farmers are actually now growing crops on the banks of the river, which were never accessible to crops the last 5 or 6 years ago. So water stress is here for us to stay, and it's a serious matter. Now, that being said, there's a lot of advances in technology and science and engineering that one can apply to relieve us of this problem, which is going to stay with us and get worse for us in the coming years. Some of that is related to testing water, clean water. In India, water hygiene is a problem. A lot of our diseases and the waterborne diseases that are rampant in the country can somehow, in some sense, be mitigated if you're able to come up with ways of providing clean water. Today, when you open the tap at home, you're really not sure if the water is clean or not. So you go through a process of passing it through a UV filter or an RO filter, possibly boiling it and so on. If there are quick ways to test your water, then this is a first step in the direction. And to my knowledge, that there are no easy, quick ways to test water. They have to go through several processes by which you can test your water and make sure it's bacteria-free and contaminant-free for you to drink. So testing is one big aspect. The second aspect is conservation. How many of us actually, when we open the tap in the morning, really think about how much water we need to use to wash our hands or have a shower and so on and so forth? We will at some point in Bangalore be billed for water individually. There'll be water meters put in our houses at some point, and we will be billed for water just like we're billed for electricity. This might not happen in my generation, or it might happen in my generation, but definitely for the youngsters sitting here, this is something for you to live with. Now, we live in a country, in a developing country, water is scarce in several places, water is contaminated in several places, and so on and so forth. But I must give you a small story about living in an advanced country like the US. I was on sabbatical there in 2002, and we just had our first child. He was 2 years old at that point. And it was mandatory for us at the University of Chicago to have your blood tested for lead. Okay, and all the pipes there at that time were all lead pipes. And indeed, when we went for a test, my son had a low contamination of lead in his bloodstream. This was in 2002. This is not very long ago. But the doctor assured us, look, it's nothing serious. I think it has affected him in some strange ways. He's a teenager now, and as teenagers, they do strange things, and I sometimes think it may be due to the lead that he consumed in Chicago, 17 years ago. So just to indicate to you that, heavy metals in water is a serious issue. It has been a serious issue in the West, simply because of the fact that they've been using lead to flow water through pipes for a very long time. Chicago is an old city. Bangalore in some ways is modernizing, and today you cannot, if you're going to lay piping down your house, it's mostly some PVC piping and so on and so forth. So this is a brief story. So to end this brief address to you, water is important for us. At every stage in your life, you are going to be involved in consuming water and making sure that we conserve water. The program over the next couple of days, I think, is very interesting for you. You have several experts who will talk to you about water conservation and also methods that are going to be used for testing heavy metals. Fluorosis in Karnataka is a serious problem. One of my colleagues, Professor Keshav Rao, works on this. They have developed actually a nice little meter which can be used to check the fluoride levels in water. And I'm not sure if he's coming. I think Professor Keshav Rao might be here tomorrow or day after tomorrow to actually give a talk about this, so you'll get to see the kind of work that he's doing. There's a lot of opportunities for young entrepreneurs. I think many of you want to start companies and so on. Water is certainly a space where there's a lot of opportunity. So with that, I wish the program and all the organizers great success and all the participants great success. You have a wonderful program ahead, and all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Now it is my honor in introducing our guest of honor, Dr. Julie Basure. She is a faculty at the School of Science, Technology and Engineering Math, STEM, Dillard University, New Orleans. She has done a PhD in postdoctoral research on cardiovascular programming in vascular diseases. As a faculty of science, her main goal for the past 5 years has been to introduce active learning strategies that enhance student management by making science learning more interactive, collaborative, and fun. In the process, and in the process, encourage students to improve their critical thinking skills. Now I would like to invite her to give a few words.
You know, this is the most stressful part for me. The least stressful part is teaching. Whenever I'm asked to say a few words, it means talk even less and talk sense, which is really a stress. So unlike Dr. Ganpati, I have my cheat sheet with me. So a very good morning to all of you, and my sincere regards to the distinguished faculty on stage. And today I bring you greetings from Dillard University. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. It is always a very, very humbling experience and a moment of great pride to be back to where you belong. And this is definitely home ground for me. You know, there is New Orleans Airport. The moment you get down there, you get the fragrance of fried chicken. The moment I got down in Bangalore Airport, there was the fragrance of something, some Indian food, which was vada or something, and I knew I was in India. So I would definitely like to thank the Ministry of Human Resources Development and all the academic coordinators, as well as the faculty at BMS College of Engineering, to put together a program like this. And for thinking about this kind of an academic collaboration. India has always believed in Vasudeva Kutumbakam, and what could be a better avenue like this than creating a perfect atmosphere where we are exchanging our academic thoughts. I have collaborated with Professor Moitra in the past, and we have ongoing collaborative projects as well. Thanks to Dr. Babu for his vision and thoughts. It was just a chance meeting in one of the global citizenship conferences in New Orleans. I sincerely hope that this would be a stepping stone for many more future collaborations in research as well as academics between the two institutions. Last but not the least, I feel really touched in seeing the words host faculty beside my name on the program. And thanks for making me feel so much at home here. And I hope over the next few days, along with the efforts by Dr. Moitra, Dr. Nayak, and others, I can play a perfect host to you all. So hoping to interacting with you. You know, there has been a whole shift in teaching and learning. The teacher is not expected to be a sage on the stage, just lecturing to a group of passive students. He or she is rather a facilitator from a sage a sage on the stage to a guide by the side. So I definitely hope to interact more with you and make the days ahead of us a fun-filled one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm really excited about the course which is coming up next week. May we have our esteemed principal, Dr. K. Malkarjan Babu, to address the gathering, without whose support this course would not have been possible.
Good morning, distinguished Chief Guest on the dais, Professor Ganapati Ayyappa. For the program, first GNAN program at BMS campus, so we have Professor Julie from Dillard as the host faculty on the stage, and my colleagues on the stage, Vice Principal Sir and Dean, Student Affairs, and Head of Chemical Engineering, and distinguished faculty from Chemical Engineering Department and other departments, and all the participants of the first ever GNAN program at BMS College of Engineering, which is brought to you by the MHRD, right? Ministry of Human Resources and Development, Government of India. Out of 5 programs we sought, the last entry, fifth one I think, was chemical engineering. But see that, last in, first out. This is going to start the GNAN series at BMS College of Engineering. A big round of applause to them. No doubt this program opens up a new dimension of learning at BMSCE. And this dimension is nothing but today, this entire topic is surrounded with one thought process, which is known as public health. Right? Majorly, we talk about public health. And BMS commitment is to the humanity, development, prosperity, wealth. So there is no wealth sustained without health. So I would say that all our endeavors towards to community and our contribution to community will go a long way. The community water, you say that water, what is connected to engineering? So forget about engineering, it is connected to you, that's what we are saying. If it is connected to us, anything connected to us, anything what we do is engineering. So anything what we do is science. So now, how do we really use this advanced knowledge, what we possess? We are blessed here. How do we give it back to the community? That's another dimension, the impact analysis, what we would like to see. And coming on to the connect between the Dillard University and BMS College of Engineering, it is not new. It is more than a 2 decades relationship. So Suma is sitting here representing Milton Foundation. So we are a campus which are connected. Not only this, we have another 4 more campuses abroad are connected. So how best we can really leverage on the expertise of this particular faculty sitting in other campuses and also from our own campus, BMS College of Engineering, and push across to bring in or solve or resolve the global problems, right? Or global challenges which we are talking about. The entire education at BMS College of Engineering today, we talk about a new curriculum, entire design, everything is on the principles of outcomes-based education, which we talk about all this addressing the challenges. The challenges not limiting to India, we talk about global challenges. When we are talking about global challenges and Indian challenges, so National Academy of Engineering USA decides on the global challenges, let us say per se, and whereas INAE, Indian National Academy of Engineering, talks about Indian challenges. But if you can see, 90% of similarity between them. So that means when it comes to human being, we have lots of commonalities, lots of challenges. So the science and technology and blend with engineering and technology, I think we'll go far ahead in addressing all these issues in a big way in the years to come. The entire education, what we are now putting into BMS College of Engineering curriculum is not learning something, just not knowledge, mere textbook knowledge, or you pass it out and get a degree. It's not that. All those things are gone now. Now we are talking about learning and application. So thus we build in skills. The skillful graduate will go and ready to solve the issues which are being faced by the society, by and large. So it is not that earning money and getting a placement is the outcome, one outcome which is desirous by all the parents and the students in this country on average, but we are going beyond that average. Above average thinking is the service. So such kind of series, GAN, right, which is going to come in, another one is coming in electrical engineering sooner, maybe in January, sir? June next year, and probably we might go beyond that. You also aware, some of you might aware that the kind of initiatives which we have done and the kind of conferences which have been rolled out here, international conferences, and bringing in foreign faculty over here and sharing out what is that, the learning and typical areas, be it civil engineering, be it electrical engineering, be it mechanical engineering, or any other engineering areas, and also science, has really helped us to move into the direction where we can address the real issues which is facing the global community. With these few words, I would say that this particular program, first program of its kind, is going to give a lot of insights, and those insights are heavy metals in water, how they are going to harmful, how do we resolve, and Ganapati Ayyappa sir example is pretty good, right? So if you can see that, thank God he is not sued by his son, right? So now, when this kind of scintillating examples comes into play. Lots of challenges. Now, I just want to say that quickly, how many of you know portability of water? Water portability? How many know it? Raise your hands. Not the faculty side, other participant side, right? So if it is not portable, what happens? Can we drink or not we drink? But many of Indian people are drinking non-potable water, right? Can we really solve this problem? The other day, last Saturday, recent Saturday, I was in Hubli. A young lad who was an entrepreneur, it's a girl, Sarah, by name, Sarah D'Souza. So they have made a startup company wherein she and her team started identifying adulteration of milk, right? Before you consume. Anybody, any layman can check that, right? There's a small kit like a litmus paper, which you have seen the pH value and all those things. Similar kind of kit wherein 2 drops of milk they drop into this some tube, small tube, which is ready-made available. Then it gives you the milk is adulterated or not. So that actually really gives a lot of awareness to the people who are in and around, right, who are affected with that. At the same time, I think this course really should bring out an entrepreneur sitting in this hall where we can say that a common human being, a person, before he consumes water, he feels that it's not potable. Can he readily take out some small device, test that this is potable or not before he or she consumes it? So this is an idea which I'm just leaving it with all of the participants over here for this GNAN program, and not only to them, to the esteemed faculty who are sitting over in this hall. So can we really do that? Can we really create that after learning so much out of this program? So we need to have impact these programs and show some outcomes of this so that the mission of Government of India will be successful and as we succeed in our own lives. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring us with your words. Now I would like to invite on stage one of the most dynamic teachers in the department, the head of the department, Dr. Samita Maitra, to give us an overview of the course.
As you have by now understood that our whole effort is to ensure that we are aware of the heavy metal contamination that is present in the groundwater. This proposal, which was given for GAN, that is Global Initiative for Academic Network, was floated by the Department of Chemical Engineering at BMS College and the Dillard University in the New Orleans. Now, heavy metal, as we now know, is our largest contaminant in the groundwater. Many of you might have heard about lead poisoning. Many of you have heard about arsenic. Arsenic poisoning causes wart, or a kind of development of black solid growth on the hand and feet of the people. So what has been statistically proven is that these contaminated water, which people had not realized so far because they look like a normal drinking water or normal clear water, which is our principal asked you, what is potable water? Many of you indicated that you understood, but none of you raised your hands. That means you are not sure, or you are thinking that it is still not something that you should be worried about. Portability of water is a big concern. If you go to any so-called developed country, you open the tap and drink water. That's a kind of assurity and assurance we get when we travel somewhere out of the country. But in the country, you have how many water filters? I do not know. Many houses are having water boiling at the end to ensure there is no other pathogens or microorganism present in the filtered water also. So therefore, it's time for you to wake up. It is not only the qualitative way of telling you things. There are a lot of technical stuff. The material will be delivered to you. As you know that we have 21 well-focused, highly focused schedule of lectures been made for you. Out of these 21 lectures, we have decided not to make you completely confined in the classroom or in this hall. You will be also going to an industry. You will notice how the water purification happens in our Bangalore city. So therefore, altogether, I'm sure that you are going to get a lot of exposure to the real-time problem. As you now know, that the grand challenges are becoming the haunting reality for us. We thought never will be a problem of water, it will be. Let that forbid. So all of us are alert. We are trying to stop that happening, and let's make it a kind of a decision that even one of you want to do something as a startup, want to do something for the masses, want to do something for the real life, you can take a startup with how to detect the water contamination, because these metals are, all of you know who are in chemical engineering or in the allied field, that these metals are present in the water in a various form of salt. So you can always analyze them. So there has to be a method of analyzing those salt and say that this concentration of the salt is there, so better you don't drink that water. So whole of the effort, let us make it to a grand success, and let's feel that, yes, the effort that has been taken, the trust that is shown by the government of the India, we will make sure that we make the best of it. Thank you for attending the inauguration program.
I would like to invite Dr. G. N. Shekhar, Vice Principal of BMSE, to say a few words.
Dignitaries on the dais, my dear colleagues and student friends, I'm quite happy to see the efforts of the Chemical Engineering Department coming true while organizing this GAN program. I'm not a technical fellow to speak something on hard metals, pathogens, or something else. This vocabulary are something strange for me. I'm a mathematics fellow. But one thing I can understand as a common man, it is not only outside the country, even inside the country, I am a true example for drinking water, not from the bottle. Only recently, maybe it is 1 to 2 years back, I started drinking water from the bottle. Otherwise, it is unbottled, just tap water I used to drink. And when you did that, possibly your body immunization is better. After started drinking bottled water, your body becomes so sensitive, and possibly you are vulnerable to any changes, mild changes in the weather. Of course, there are metals available in water, in food. Maybe the sins of the human being over a period of time haunt the next generations. That's all I understand. Because usage of or living in the nature without any thinking, how I am spoiling the nature. That's what is causing the damage for the nature, and in turn reaching to the next generations. Whether it is a scarcity or it is maybe spoiling the things, whatever it is. It is like a professor was talking about milk. Not only one item, many good number of food items what we consume are getting adulterated. Whose sin is that? It is again a human being only. So first of all, my feeling is it is not only talking about chemicals, purification, recognition of the adulteration, and again go on purifying and all these things. More than that, there is something need to be taught on ethics of life. My feeling is this, because that should also be part of our learnings that has to happen. If that is done well, possibly the adulteration, man-made adulteration will come down. That will help us, the next generations, live better. Well, we collectively thank MHRD for sponsoring this activity, and I hope and wish the student community at large will get the benefit of this program. Wish you a happy learning. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May we have Professor Dikshit on stage to address the gathering, please?
So, distinguished foreign faculty, Dr. Julie Basu Ray, our chief guest for today's function, Professor Ganapati Ayyappa, our respected principal, our vice principal, and our head of chemical engineering department, Dr. Professor Samita Maitra, and other course coordinator, Dr. Chetan Nayak, and director R&D, and Dr. Sitaramu, former director at CPRI, HODs, faculty, and dear students. A very good morning to all of you. So at the outset, I must say that this is really a momentous occasion for us in more than one. Because like GYAN, Global Initiative for Academic Networks, is a huge initiative from the government of India, and it has handpicked few high-performing institutions, and BMS College is one of those institutions which are been invited to send proposals towards this global initiative for academic networks. So that's why I say it's a privilege to be a part of this huge program. The thing is, but though the government has handpicked, these events do not take place automatically. Each department has to send a proposal, and then if these proposals are accepted, and then, the event actually happens. So I'm very happy, and I compliment the Department of Chemical Engineering, headed by Dr. Samita Maitra, and also ably assisted by Dr. Chetan Nayak and all the other faculty, and with a lot of encouragement from our principal for making this happen. So we are part of a large initiative from our government in which they're sponsoring the entire event. And also I thank Dr. Julie Basure, who is in fact the first faculty from GYAN at BMS College, foreign faculty at BMS College from GYAN. So as the principal has said, we'll be having one more GYAN program sometime in June or July. And so why I'm saying all this is because I have been designated as the local institution coordinator by the principal, and so I am sort of interacting or the go-between the MHRD, which is actually funding this whole thing, and we also have Indian Institute of Technologies, which are coordinating, main coordinators, Indian Institute of Science. So it is like a huge event. The objectives are many. One of the main objectives which are being fulfilled is we have international faculty like Dr. Julie Basure, who have come here to share their ways of doing things, ways of teaching, and share technology and knowledge with us. So that is one of the main objectives of GYAN, because it involves international networking. So I'm very happy that that is happening. And of course, there are other things like we have students from other colleges who come here. And for them, it is sort of a synergy. And in the longer term, probably we'll have to have other foreign students also coming here. And a lot of objectives are there under GYAN. And so these are being fulfilled through this program here. So I just wanted to tell you all these things, and very happy to be a part of this. And again, I congratulate and wish all the best, wish the program all the best. And of course, this will be, like a lot of material will come out of this program, and that also will be on the repositories of the government. So this is a very important event and a very challenging one. It's not an easy task to collaborate with a foreign faculty and conduct a program in India, because so many issues are involved, so many problems are there. And of course, Dr. Julie Basure has been very cooperative, and I have no words to say for the amount of assistance she has given to ensure that this is a grand success. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call Dr. Chetan Nayak to please give the vote of thanks.
Good wishes for the dignitaries of the dais, invitees, participants of the course, faculties, the industrial participants, and my dear students. It's my privilege and great joy to extend the vote of thanks to all those who have contributed to the GYAN program a success. I wish to thank Ministry of HRD, Government of India, for funding this course. I wish to thank Dr. Ganapati Ayyappa, Professor and Chairperson, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, for accepting our invitation as to be part of our chief guest of today's function. I request Dr. Samita Madam to give him a bouquet. Please, all of you, kindly applause. I wish to thank Dr. Julie Basure, Faculty of Biology, School of Science, STM, Dillard University, United States of America. The host faculty has shared immense knowledge and experience during the preparation of this course. We thank you very much for devoting your time, and we demand it out of your busy schedule. I requested our principal to give a bouquet to Dr. Julie. I wish to thank Vice Principal Dr. G.N. Shekhar for his endless support and encouragement. I request Dr. Rameshaya sir to give me a bouquet of. Yeah. I wish to thank Dr. Ravishankar Dikshit for his endless support and encouragement. I request CTP sir to kindly hand over the bouquet to him. I request Dr. Vijay Shinde to give a bouquet to our R&D director. Yeah, yes. Thank you for being here. I wish to thank BMSC Trust for their hospitality for the participants, and I wish to thank the library staff and for their support in arranging this library auditorium. Finally, I thank one and all who have helped in bringing out the GYAN program a great success. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you. Now we disperse for the tea break, and as soon as the tea break gets over, the registered participants are requested to be back to this venue right on time. Thank you for attending the same. Please join us for high tea.